this is something else I think that people underestimate is that the street life, and obviously I never did it, but I know and am friends with a lot of people that did, is constant stress. It's constant. So why
Oh,
do you think people don't understand, realize, or discuss that part of the life?
they get the taste of that money. That first taste, it's over. Just like, and I know, let me tell you this right now. Never in my life ever tried anything. I never had a cooler in my life or a beer. Never, ever in my life. So it's just like my guy told me, when you get that first, people doing cocaine. I said, why you keep doing drugs? He said, that first hit they got, put them on cloud nine. And you keep chasing that same hit. Answer your question, they got that money. Somebody who ain't got no money. And he was like, ooh, $5,000 in one day? Oh, and that's when I asked, and then you make it to a month. That Superman cape come on ass. And they don't get me. I'm good. That's why. You know how many people that watch this man go to jail, watch this man happen, and the same people that step up, they step up, and they just came for a day. That's how bad the conditions is in the world. You know what's going to happen. You came for a day. But it's like I don't know if you remember this, when Ralph Crammer had that money, that counterfeit money, he's like, you do so. They said, but I had it and I went with it. I went for one day. He went with it one day. One day. It came for a day, and that's why they keep on watching them. That's why. That's the only reason. It's that money. And you ain't used to having nothing. You know what I mean? So the kids do a different thing. Their mother and father, cracking they ain't good, and they trying to feed their sister, trying to do this. You know what I mean? It's a cycle, a vicious cycle, bro. You know what I mean? But it's all about the almighty dollar. Almighty dollar. Because one thing I can tell you, the law happens is going to equal out. You might get back, but you ain't getting away. And I knew that. You know what I mean? And I was one of them guys like, I know how you put stuff here, you put stuff here, put stuff here, and then you look around, something moves around. That's how I knew the police. That's how I got away from the police. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking everything, and I had my daughter in my hand, right? And the time when I was married, the first time I got married, right? I had my daughter in my hand back and forth. Like I say, baby, remember what I told you? Yeah, Dad. She said, I said, you see him? She said, I see him, Daddy. And she Tasha was about 5 years old. She said, I know what to do, Daddy. You know what I mean? Now my wife and them, they ain't show what's going on, but they watching me, right? So I see this guy, they all come out there in new cars. So I'm about to go to the apartment because what I did was the opposite. The money and everything stayed at the what's now stayed in. It wasn't in the hood. I slept in the hood. You know what I mean? One safe house was what a nice house, a nice thing. I reversed the whole thing when they found out about it. And they didn't care. And so what happened was, if they would have caught me with what I had on me, because I had like 9 of them on me, right? Nine ounces, right? So I see him. I said, all right, baby, I'm finna make our move, right? I said, dude, get out the car. And then my wife peeped the plate, blew the horn, but I already knew it. I already knew it. You know what I mean? I said, peep the plate. Boom, I let my daughter's hand go. Broke. You know what I mean? Went around this way, back and forth. I was bad. I could have got a gold medal, Jack. That's how fast I was running. And I had it in my hand, right? In a swimming pool, right? Threw it in the swimming pool over the fence. Take that to the lab. Because I know when that what's the name hit it, that chlorine hit it, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? And I was full. I got away, man. I got away, man. I got away right then. So they still had a thing on me, but they didn't catch me with them. When they went in there, they got a bunch of this way coming this new thing looking like substance.
Hmm.
Come on, man. That was mixed. They got a couple of pistols, but that was mixed. They actually never caught me with that. Never caught me with no drugs. But they got this thing called looking like substance.
Hmm.
You know, they make the rules up as they go. And that's what I did in my time. My mother gave me 10 years. I did. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So
Okay. And in Gangsternomics too, since a lot of the stuff revolves around money, of course, you talk about the realest money making OGs you know, and you list like Al Capone, Larry Hoover, Jeff Ford, the real Rick Ross, Frank Lucas, Big Meech, Gino Colon.
Big Meat.
So you got all these different dudes, some white, some black, some Hispanic, different gangs, different types of eras, all different type of things. Some of them I imagine you knew personally. Some of them you don't, obviously. What are common threads that you noticed between, like, what makes these dudes different?
Um, well, different was each one had a different way of getting their money. Rick did his thing totally different from Michi. You know what I'm saying? Al Capone did his thing totally from different thing. You know what I mean? A whole lot of other people did their thing different at the time. You know what I mean? And what it was when I say this, let me say this to you. When I watched Rick Ross on them, they didn't even know what was going on with Rick, how he was doing his thing and everything. It's just basically every way everybody did their thing, it was totally different. But it had one common goal. It was the almighty dollar. You know what I'm saying? It's why they did their thing. That's what made them different. They never did. Yeah, they get the package the same thing, the keys, different thing. The way they sold it, the way they did it, how they did it. Like Frank, I sat down with Frank Luke. Me and Frank sat down. Me, Frank, and Rick. We sat down, was at Farrakhan. All three of us for the speak at the minister thing, right? So all three of us, Frank was in a wheelchair. And Rick was there. We read. He was telling me, Frank was telling me how he do. I was like, Frank, man, did you actually really put? He said, yeah, man. He said, if Nixon would have knew and I was flying that dope in his plane, he said, that nigga, that not would have killed me, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, hey, no, see, that was creative. You know what I mean? He did a lot of stuff that opposite. Rick did the same thing. My thing with me was a little different too, because I'm more people you come to the hood, that's where the dope and the money at, right? I went to got the nice house and put everything there and went back to the hood and went to sleep. When they came to get me, right, I just we did the gang summit, right? And the minister told us they come to get y'all tomorrow. He knew when he was sourcing back and forth, he was right. So when they came and got me, right, I had a Benz, right, with the automatic starter. Okay. So I'm gonna take all my pants because I'm a to the point where I mean like I'm a what you call it um neat freak, you know what I mean? I get my clothes to the cleaners, and my pants start hard. How we doing in Chicago, start hard, everything. So I'm about to bring the pants out. And then I'm looking, right? I'm for something to say, look, you know what I mean? I'm say, look, right, right. So I'm looking to say, I see, I say, I put it there. I like this. At the car. They think I'm in the car. I'm like, look at these ones here. I know they're coming. So I wait till they got through back and forth. I say, hey man, y'all looking for me? Oh man, I say, ain't nobody in that car. If it is, I don't know who it's somebody jacking the car. You know what I mean? Y'all looking for me. Cool. All right. So my thing with that was when they did that, I knew they was coming. I knew what was going on. So when I got went there, and this what happened. So going, they took me. They had that number. They didn't even have a warrant. No, none of that kind of stuff. Bunch of them, right? Now my next door neighbor was Eugene Pincham, which was the judge, appellate court judge. I mean, that was my next door neighbor. You know I'm talking about. You've been in Chicago. You know Judge Pincham. I mean, my next door neighbor. I mean, exactly how this house we kicking back and forth. So he watered his grass, right? They pulled me up there back and forth and show you how I thank God for my mom what she did. That day, the day before, she had changed the locks, put a new screen up there. I didn't know what she was doing. See how God worked. I didn't have a key. They took my key. I'm back and forth. Where your key? He so and so, so and so. So Judge Spencer said, hey, he's always a brother. That's something to say crazy. What y'all doing? Mind your business over there, sir. I'll tell you no more. Now, the lieutenant and the captain is putting on his pants, right? They white. They know who he is. Put on his pants. Man, dude, shut up. Man, what you say? He said, what? And the judge Prince walk over there. Don't walk over here back and forth, back and forth. And the lieutenant crowd, he said, dummy, what do you think we grabbing you for? He said, don't y'all grab him, let him go. We walked over there. He said, now what you just say? Say it again to me. He still ain't figured out in his head who he is. You know what I'm saying? He ain't figured out none of that, right? Now I'm looking up there. He said, and then all guys, the captain, lieutenant, they bagged up. You on your own on this one. We told you to shut up. He said, you see the people right there? This is what he said. He black power. He said, you see these white folks right here? They back up. They smart. They know what they're doing. You out here on your own trying to show out. You just the officer. So let me tell you what back and forth. This is how we're going to do. You're going to take them back where you got them from. You first let me see, you got a warrant? No. Now, they ain't saying nothing. So he got to be, he knows something. This man got to be somebody important. Just don't know. He say, you got a warrant? No. Okay. Where you take you from? I say, take him from out there with my wife on. They say, you're going to take him back there. You're going to take him, put him back home. He going to sit up front. He's not sitting in the back. Like he a criminal. Like y'all going to let him out back and forth. We ain't doing that. You know what I mean? To make people think he's this. We ain't doing none of that. You know what I mean? So he say, the next time somebody attack me, say something. So you all know who I am. I'm Judge R. Eugene Pitcher. He almost fainted. He almost, because he knew then who he was.
Right.
He said, you the reason. He said, now I be having people. He said, you the reason why I let people go. Somehow I don't let go. You the reason why I let them go. I watched this firsthand. So he's like, man, why y'all ain't tell me? Then I said, what the fuck you think we was trying to tell you when we grabbed you and then we're back and forth? What you think we was trying to tell you that? You act like you didn't understand that, but go ahead, man. So that's right there, man. That right there was enough for me to know another thing. You know, I mean, I knew they was coming. I knew they was coming because Farrakhan had told you they was coming.